For me, one day means that a time will come when everyone will get excellent education, everyone helping each other, learning new things.
I'm not inferior, I'm not just a rich and I'm not poor. I'm equal to everyone. I can share my opinions, I can go to school, I can have an excellent education.
I think one day for India just looks like a country at its fullest potential.
It's a place where people are operating as a community, working together to develop and move from leap to leap. It's a powerful picture, but it's a mammoth task.
I don't think most of our children today in India have the opportunities that they need to get anywhere close to their fullest potential. And my belief is that until they get those opportunities, collectively, we can't possibly get our country to her greatest potential.
Right now, many of them are not getting an excellent education, but if we explore more, one day we'll see our country, not just our country, our world, at the highest of everything, I can say.
If you think of the problem as a really complex jigsaw puzzle.
We call it the puzzle of education inequity. It has many pieces to it.
How are we valuing and celebrating teachers? What does our curriculum look like? What's happening with infrastructure in schools? And each piece is an area that we need to bring about change in towards that vision. I think you walk into the fellowship and your whole life changes.
As I walked into this community, I got a better picture of how a life of a child is. The choices are very minimal. Education is a very serious concern.
I think getting to know the lives of our children and their families changes your understanding of the world and changes your understanding of yourself.
This is my country, this is majority of my country which is living in these shackles, and then I think that motivates and challenges you to surely do something which is beyond your own self.
Going into the classroom, I was a person who had limits defined, but I actually saw them show me that anything is really possible.
So which shows that he is also courageous. I was a person who believes strongly on the Darwin's theory of like survival of the fittest, right? But now I believe in seva and I believe in selfless service, right? I believe in love. I believe in equity.
Alright, so we are going to reflect on our dreams. My kids actually taught me to practice, what you preach and break those barriers which were stopping me from doing things that I considered right.
I think my classroom is just my happiest place at the moment, where I can completely be myself and try to be my best, but still show my flaws and be forgiven.
You find something you care about and you're passionate about, and there are a lot of different things you see in yourself which you can't really explain, but it's there.
Oh yeah, we are done.
So they come in and they're exposed to a completely different vision of education, one that isn't just about marks but is about values, is about concepts, is about how to live and survive and thrive in a changing world.
How much can they think critically? What can they do on their own? How brave are they in front of other people?
An excellent education has to integrate values, mindsets, exposure and access, and academic achievement. And it has to be bigger than you and bigger than the child. It has to be about life and it has to last beyond your relationship with that particular child.
This movement can only succeed if at the forefront are our students.
Even though I'm a small child, we have a power, we have a strength inside us.
If you give children the opportunities to find their light, then that light has to shine and spread. And as it does, it just keeps building.
If a child gets an excellent education, he can go in his community, he can tell others, start from his community, then it will go to the city, then it can go to the country. If every single child gets that opportunity,
we can actually bring something amazing into this world.
We need to build an army of people that can go out there and demonstrate that they are leaders willing to change things for children. But in addition to demonstrating it themselves, for them to catalyze and inspire many, many more.
Just imagine how the movement will spread if the communities will get empowered.
जैसे जैसे स्टूडेंट की मेरिट में बदलाव आ गया ना, तभी हमारी सेज बढ़ गई। अरे ऐसा हो सकता है, फिर बच्चों को आगे जाने के लिए ऐसा हम कर सकते हैं। ये जब प्रोसेस में आए हम तभी हमको मालूम पड़ा।
सपना तो बहुत बड़ा है। मैं नहीं जो बन पाई मैं अपने बच्चे के लिए, और जो पैसे मिलते हैं उसमें भी थोड़े से बचा के रखती हूँ। मैं सोचती मेरा सपना टूट गया लेकिन मैं अपने बच्चे का सपना नहीं तोड़ूंगी।
Fellows go through an intense 2-year experience where they've all gone through this shared journey of working very intensely with a group of children in a very difficult context. And once you've internalized that journey, you graduate as an alumni.
Our vision for alumni is that they do very, very different things. But wherever they are, they have that singularity of vision, that we are working for an India where every child attains their greatest potential.
As a fellow, I think I just fell in love with teaching. I just believe that change in the education system comes from teachers. My role is to teach well, my role is to be here, and for other people to see, you know what, this can work. This is something I want to do.
So what I do right now, it's mostly because of the experience that I had in my fellowship. We want to engage ourselves in answering how can I maximize potential of every single child and give them excellent education.
I see my piece in the puzzle as making policy work for the people that is intended for. In the long term, I see myself building communities which actually improve policy implementation at the grassroots level.
I want to rally the key stakeholders in education into arriving at a common agenda, into arriving at a common vision of what excellent education looks like for Pune.
What is the team, what is the community, what do the parents, what do our students really want this school to be? It's authentically building a vision for school from within.
And so at every level now, we have alumni who have gone on to do things that are changing the conversations, that are shifting the beliefs of what people think is possible.
We need people making policy, we need people on the ground in classrooms, we need people in technology and education. Wherever they are, we're going to do that by working together.
When people from different sectors come together and form this common vision about what's right for our children, I think that's when movements are built. I think that's when we're going to achieve that reality for India.
I just want to see millions of people around the country working together for this vision. It's just a question of people understanding the role that they can play and taking that first step.
To build a vision, we all need to work together, and then the vision will be completely finished very early.